Welcome back, friends. I'm starting today's show by taking you inside of the award-winning Relache Spa at Gaylord Opryland Resort to explore two of their most popular services and share a special discount offer for you. Next, I'm helping anyone who has ever experienced heartache by baking single-serve cinnamon rolls with Chef Laura Lea. Then I'm interviewing some of your favorite country artists, athletes, actors, and comedians at the Folds of Honor Celebrity Golf Tournament. Finally, I'm sharing my best back-to-school savings ideas, even if your kids have already returned to the classroom, plus my top tips for first-time college students and their parents. Are you ready for all this fun to unfold? I hope so, because this is the Sami Cone Show.
From the NewsChannel 5 Network, this is the Sami Cone Show, sponsored by Soundwaves at Gaylord Opryland.
Relache Spa is a luxurious and elevated spa experience with treatments for all skin types and an atmosphere that will make you feel tranquil. Visit Relache Spa during your visit to Nashville and your stay at Gaylord Opryland. Guests can look forward to elevated spa experiences as well as aquatic fun at Soundwaves, a variety of year-round seasonal special events, family activities, exceptional dining experiences, and much more. Good morning. I'm well. How are you? Come with me as I experience the soothing stone massage and a hydrofacial. I'll be talking to the experts in each field about the benefits of each and how you can share in those experiences at Relache Spa. I'm here with Morgan, spa manager at the Relache Spa, one of the favorite spas in America. Tell me a little bit about how Relache got its name.
So Relache is actually French for the word break, so it's a great place to relax and it's named for that.
How many different spa services do you have here at Relache?
We have quite a few, but they kind of break down as massages, facials, manicures, pedicures, and hair services. So we really cover top to bottom. So our massages range from light pressure all the way up to deep tissue. We also have a few more specialty ones like CBD that's really good for inflammation, warm stones that target aches and pains, and then we also have an aromatherapy that's made just for relaxation.
I love it. This is such a great way to really complete your stay at the Gaylord Opryland Resort. But for locals, they can visit as well. Tell me about some specials that you have for Tennessee residents.
Absolutely. So Tennessee residents actually get 15% off of our services, and that is 7 days a week. It only excludes holidays. When they come in, we also validate their parking, so they don't have to worry about that part when they visit our hotel.
I see we're standing in front of some of my favorite local products made by Thistle Farms. You're actually incorporating that into some spa services, is that right?
We are. So right now on this month, we have a promo service. It's going to be called the Mint Mojito service. So it uses their eucalyptus mint scrub and body butter. So it's an exfoliating foot therapy and then a full body massage as well.
Good morning. How are you today? Good. Doing very well. My name's Adam. I'll be your massage therapist today. So our Soothing Stone Massage Treatment is special because we actually handpick each stone from Peru. The stones are heated by putting them into a stone warmer, and they're put over water and they're heated to about 130 degrees. And once you heat up the body with the stones, you really kind of want to dig in with your hands, kind of leaning in. And by this time, the body should allow you to go deeper. The Soothing Stone massage is actually one of our most popular massages because it really does add the heating element to the massage. It kind of melts into the body and you can get deeper within the body without having to add pressure. We offer many different enhancements at Relache, a couple of different oils that you can upgrade to, such as our CBD oils and creams or an arnica oil, both of which decrease tension in the body as well as decrease inflammation in the body. We recommend our guests to get massage once a month. However, we do see a lot of benefit for the body to get massage more often than that.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Good. I'm Chanel. I'll be doing your hydrofacial today. This is my favorite service that we offer because the hydrofacial provides just everything that most of us need. As long as you're consistent with it, you will definitely see some results. First of all, our glycolic acid helps to brighten the skin. And our wonderful serum, it's called the Brightenol, that helps to brighten, lighten, and tighten the skin as well. It gives your skin a really good shine. The HydraFacial machine uses our Vortex technology to reach deep into the pore and brings to the surface of the skin in the way a hands-on facial cannot. This treatment reduces the look of lines, hyperpigmentation, and uneven skin tone.
Make sure to save some extra time for all of the added features, including the sauna, the steam room, and the relaxation room. This really rounds out your spa experience. How can they book their services at Relache?
So they can book by calling us at 615-458-1772. They can book online at relacheopryland.com, or they can come and visit us.
Fantastic. Thank you, Morgan.
Of course.
I cannot tell you how relaxing today has been. If you're looking to experience some elevated spa treatments of your own, make sure to book at relacheopryland.com. Let's face it, all of us have dealt with heartache at one point or another, and my next guest is here to coach us through that in the kitchen of all places. Please welcome certified holistic coach Laura Lea.
Hi.
It's so good to see you
so
again.
So good to see you too. Thank you for having me.
Anytime I get to hang with you is a good time. But this
Agreed.
is a really unique thing that you've kind of carved out for yourself, is really helping people through heartache in the kitchen with recipes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're gonna do a single serving cinnamon roll today, which I didn't think was possible.
I know.
Yeah.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
Absolutely, right? Okay, so let's start the recipe, and then I want to dig down into kind of where this came from too. So
Yeah.
you only use a couple of things to start out, is that right?
Totally.
Okay.
When you want a cinnamon roll, you don't want to have to go through all of the yeast and the rising,
Yes.
especially when you're going through a difficult time.
Yeah.
You're upset, you're stressed out, plus you might not want to eat the whole batch, no judgment
Speak for
if
yourself,
you do.
Laura. Speak for yourself.
Exactly. So this is my 2-ingredient dough. I actually use it throughout my cookbook in
Okay.
a couple different ways. It's just self-rising flour and some full-fat plain Greek yogurt, and you mix that together and it forms this dough.
Beautiful.
And then we're
Okay.
just going to form a little ball and
Okay.
put a little bit of flour on top, and then you'll just roll it out. You'll have your oven preheated to 350 degrees. And then, you can keep sprinkling some flour on top.
Yeah.
And the great thing is, it really doesn't matter how it looks, because it's going to taste awesome. I use this to make a personal pizza in the book as well.
The same dough?
Same dough, personal
Okay.
pizza, and to make some biscuits. So yeah, you just knead it a little bit more and it becomes a biscuit consistency. So here's our filling.
Okay.
And this is a little bit of unsalted butter. You could also use coconut oil if you
Okay.
are dairy-free.
Yep.
And you could also use a dairy-free yogurt as
Okay.
well. A little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of sugar.
And that makes kind of like show that there. It makes kind of like a paste a little bit, right? And you just use that to then kind of, beautiful.
Yeah.
Roll it out onto the dough. Okay.
Exactly. And so it's actually easier when it's not melted, because then it'll kind of
interesting.
run off. And so you'll just spread it out on your dough. And normally I would spend a little more time measuring the dough out, but this is the idea. And then really you are just going to roll it up like this. And if you need to have a flat spatula with you, you can. And then we're just kind of going to shorten it out like that.
And that's the magic
Throw
here.
it on our baking dish.
Okay.
And then you are going to bake this for 15 to 18 minutes in the oven, and it's going to look nice and yummy and gooey on the inside,
that.
and really has those traditional cinnamon roll vibes.
And what's the topping that ends up going on top of this?
Well, this is just powdered sugar plus unsweetened almond milk,
that's
but
easy.
you could actually use liquid coconut butter. It's more
Oh.
expensive, but if you want
Okay.
a healthier alternative, it's a great icing.
Okay, so that's in your new book here. So we've got these, congratulations, by the way,
Thank
your
you.
third cookbook.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got recipes for an aching heart. Just tell me, I mean, I feel like this is a mundane question. How did this come about? Like, we've all had some heartache, but why for you was this so important to do this project?
No, not mundane at all. I went through a divorce, and then not too long after I went through a really difficult breakup, and it really felt like a rock bottom emotionally.
Yeah.
And it was the first time where I said to myself, okay, whatever I've been doing to heal in the past hasn't been working. And so I needed to sort of scrap all the numbing and coping devices that I'd been using, socializing, drinking, eating food that isn't going to serve me.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. I mean, I think so many of us will go to like the pint of ice cream in the freezer or go to the bar or do whatever it is because you just want to numb the pain.
Exactly.
Can you pinpoint that moment where you're like, wait, I have to do the opposite? I mean, a lot of us know that, like we shouldn't do this, but you went a step further to know that this had to be part of your healing. What was it that turn that light on?
Totally. I moved out of an ex's house in a snowstorm in February of 2021 and woke up the next morning, just woke up crying basically. And it was so painful that I think the juxtaposition between how I wanted to feel and how I was feeling was so bad that it was a catalyst for me to say, okay, starting today, I have to get creative. Starting today, I want to actually understand what is happening to my body and my brain physiologically and psychologically during grief, because we can mask it in all these different ways, but the reality is we actually need to meet our bodies where they are.
Yeah, that's so good. And I mean, what are some of the other things that we can expect to see in this book? Because let me just say, and I don't say this very often, I have not had a recipe of yours that I didn't like. Or let's put it in a positive. Every recipe I've tried of yours is amazing. And that doesn't happen in a cookbook in totality. I feel like sometimes it's like an album where, I'm not a musician, but sometimes I'm like, did you really want to put that song on the album? Like you just threw it in there. Literally every recipe turns out great and tastes great. So how did you go from like, I want one cinnamon roll and not a sheet of cinnamon rolls to doing this whole cookbook?
Thank you. Well, that I get from my mama for sure. She is the flavor factor. But you know, with this book, I wanted it to still be able to be used by the people in my community who are cooking for families. So you will see multi-serving recipes, and you'll also see about 26 single-serving recipes. So there's a combination, but the theme throughout is just a new level of ease, affordability, sustainability, just simplicity in a way that even my previous two cookbooks, as much as I love them, don't have. Plus, there's a ton of scientific information here about how you can heal your heart as well.
That's great. So Recipes for an Aching Heart is out now along with your other two cookbooks. Where can we find more recipes from you?
Yeah, so you can just go to my website, llbalance.com, and get all the info there.
Perfect. And then other tips, it's not just recipes like you said, there's so many other tips from kind of the psychological side, even though you're not a doctor, we'll just say that, but you've learned an experience. So any final tips that you can speak to someone that may be going through this right now?
Yeah, definitely. And everything I do is backed in research and science and was actually vetted by a licensed therapist, and that's all in the intro of the book. But the main thing is to start with self-compassion. Recognize that you are so worthy of the time, attention, and care that you don't necessarily feel like you are during this time. So start practicing self-compassion. The rest kind of flows from there.
Perfect. Well, you can go to SamiCone.com for this delicious cinnamon roll recipe. Of course, Recipes for an Aching Heart, llbalance.com. Laura Lea, great to have you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. I'm here at the Governor's Club for the 3rd annual Folds of Honor Golf Tournament. Folds of Honor is an incredible organization that raises funds for scholarships for the spouses and children of disabled or fallen heroes. That's right, our military, our first responders, and I can't wait to show you all the good they're doing and all the fun we're going to have today. What went into choosing your fashion for today?
Very little. Very little went into it.
All right, John, why is it important for you to be here at an event like this other than showing off your incredible golf skills?
Thank you. That was number one. I was going to say that.
I know.
That's
I just take it off the table there.
By contract, I have to say that.
I know.
Am I going to say on record that I know some people cheat? I'm not going to say that. It's about the military. I'm not going to say that on record.
Right. I'm here with Robbie Goldsmith, Vice President of Folds of Honor, Tennessee. Robbie, this is the 3rd annual event. Why is this particular event so important to the organization?
Oh, it's just awesome. You know, golf goes back to the roots of Folds of Honor with our founder, Lieutenant Colonel Dan Rooney. And we do our celebrity golf tournament, so we get the community involved. Obviously, it's for an amazing cause, get all the celebs in town. It gets them off the stage for a day and allow them to play golf. And it's been amazing so far.
Yeah. I asked many of those in attendance why it was so important for them to donate their time to this event in particular. Let's hear what they have to say.
Folds of Honor is my favorite organization to work with, and I do a few events a year, and they do such a fantastic job putting on the events. The people that come here are fantastic, and they always raise a ton of money, so anything I can do to help out makes me feel good.
But Folds of Honor, for what they do, for obviously with the military, but going to another level. I mean, I think everyone would support the military, but what they do for children and their families and giving them opportunities for people who have sacrificed to give them the same opportunities that all of us have. I mean, I couldn't think of anyone that wouldn't come out and support this. And obviously you see the same guys that you see every year.
But you just giving back to such a wonderful organization. Foles and Matt, what he's doing for the community and what Foles does is outstanding. So anytime you can be back and raise awareness and kind of give back and play golf, which is, you know, fun and that itself, I'm doing it. I'm here for it.
I mean, I think it's a privilege and an honor to be here.
Well, I think anytime you can support the people that support us all the time, why wouldn't you do it? And this is the second year I've been able to do it, and with all the military connections and things like that I've had, my father served in the Korean War as a master sergeant when he was 18. I mean, I think I respect our military more than really anybody else, right there with the athletes that I used to coach. So little chance to come back, absolutely, I'll do it.
Has the strategy changed at all since the beginning of the morning?
No.
As you can see, golf is not the sport of choice for many in attendance, so I said, if you were to run your own charity event, what would you choose? The answers might surprise you.
I'm going to say it right now because it's like the hottest sport out there, and trendiest sport would be pickleball. Yeah, we just did a pickleball tournament at my gym, and it was awesome.
Oh man, I mean, I would rip off Folds of Honor again and do a softball thing. I think that's genius.
That's great,
like,
right?
you know, it's but yeah, softball, you know, I was more of a football player, so like flag football would be cool.
That would be awesome.
Bar shuffleboard. The shuffleboard at the bar at Red Door.
Specifically at the bar.
Yeah, specifically
Okay.
at the bar because that levels the playing field.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'd be bowling. I absolutely love bowling. I think when you get better at bowling when you drink beer.
I'll probably do golf. I've been in it heavy recently.
Okay. Pickleball, I think it's your second one that said that.
Laser tag.
Oh my God, why hasn't that been fun?
Right? I'm gonna do that.
Okay,
We're gonna
you
talk
heard
about
it here
later.
first. You heard it here first. Melissa Joan Hart, laser tag for charity. Can we get
I love it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay,
So we're gonna do it.
You'll see it here.
Yeah, probably a tackling station or something like that where you get to wind up and smash somebody or whatever. That would be a lot of fun, but I wouldn't mind tackling somebody, but I don't want to get hit. But no, I think maybe that might be it. Yeah, maybe we should do that.
You could raise some good money depending on who you have out here, right?
Absolutely. You know what I mean? You dislike somebody, your chance to get them back right here.
Well, on the other side of that, you know, Damar Hamlin has been such, I hate to even say a story, I mean, just such a positive influence on our world.
Well, it was amazing. I mean, you know, in the worst circumstances or close to being the worst circumstance on a field, to turn it in such a positive, I think is just fantastic. And that young man is special. There's no doubt about it. And it did pull the country together a little bit, I think. And that's what we need. We got to get back. Everybody had odds with each other. I mean, it's ridiculous. We need to bring our country, still the greatest country in the world, bring them together. And, you know, we're stronger united. And that's hopefully in our future.
Couldn't end it better myself. Thank you for your time. What an incredible day it has been out here at the Governor's Club, supporting Folds of Honor at the Celebrity Golf Tournament. If you want to learn more, you can head to tennessee.foldsofonor.org. But make sure you find a way to thank our military and first responders wherever you are and whatever you do today. It's hard to believe so many kids are back in school already, but even if they are, that's okay. I've got some incredible back to school savings you don't want to miss, especially some tips if you have kids going off to college this year. So I learned a lot as a first-time parent, and I want to pass that on to you. But first, let's talk about school supplies, because the big thing I want you to remember is that school supplies don't expire. That's right. I was able to outfit my son with almost everything he needed this year from my office closet. Because when you find deals, you want to grab them. And don't just be thinking about school, be thinking about what else you need, like copy paper or folders or scissors and tape, because those are going to be really important for the holidays. So think about stocking up your office, your crafting room, or that holiday bin. Also, look in some unusual areas. These are bins that I got at the dollar store, and they're great for so many areas of your house. But also, you can find great deals on back to school items at places like Publix,
or CVS, or sometimes even the gas station, because they'll let you use your rewards. So just think a little bit out of the box, and if you don't want to go to all of those places, what you can do is find out what you need, do a simple Google search for sparkly colored pencils, and it's going to come up with a banner at the top that's going to tell you where the cheapest price is. You can then take that information and price match it at your favorite store that you do want to shop at. So be stocking these up as you're going around for these next couple of weeks. Now, if you're one of those parents that's taking a child back to school, God bless you. If you're going off to college, I learned a few things I want to make sure to pass on. First of all, call ahead to see what you're going to need. Now, I've got a tape measure over here. You're like, Sammy, do we need to buy a tape measure? Not necessarily, but that was something I wish I had had when I went into my daughter's college dorm, because when she wants curtains or wants a dresser or something of that nature, you need to know how big it is. Sometimes you don't know that until you get there and get that room configuration the way you want. So bring small things like that with you, but when it comes to a hand truck or a trolley or maybe even a mallet to get that loft where you want it to be, we were able to borrow that from her dorm. We didn't have to buy it. We didn't have to lug it with us in the car. So call about that. The other thing that's really saved me, and it's going to help this year, are these bags. Now, I know it looks like an IKEA bag, but these have handles and a zipper. I got a 6-pack of these on Amazon for a really cheap price. And so this is not only going to help us get everything in the car and kind of Tetris and Lego it up, but you see they fold really nicely, so then she can have these in her dorm room instead of a big suitcase taking up space. So this is a great deal. The other thing you do want to invest in, I would say, are some name labels here, because you want to make sure that everything that you send your kid to school with comes back with them. So label everything that you want to see, again, whether it's a shower caddy or some organizational items, to some of those bigger ticket items. Speaking of bigger ticket items, I do recommend buying a really good quality mattress topper. We did not do that the first year, and my daughter kind of hated me for it. So we're investing in a Sleepyhead mattress topper. I also have a discount code for that, along with those name bubbles labels that you can get on SamiCone.com. One final tip I want to tell you is that if you want some of that gear, you're a new student or a new parent, sometimes the school store can be really expensive. I go to the local stores in that town. So we're talking Target, Walmart, even Costco has some great fan gear that you can get for a fraction of the price. Now, the other thing that you can think to do is go to Goodwill. You see my 2017 National Championship Tar Heel tee. Yes, go UNC basketball. I know everyone here at the studio feels the same way about my Tar Heels. Even if you don't, shop Goodwill, because it's the people that live in those areas that are maybe parting with some of those shirts that you can't find anywhere else. That's just a few of the tips I have. Like I said, I have a full list along with all those discount codes on SamiCone.com. I hope you have a great day. Make sure you make it great, and do not wait to tell someone you love how you feel about them.